Today, we're diving into something that's probably hiding in your data right now, whether you know it or not: hierarchies. Think about it: org charts, product categories, file systems. Data often has this tree-like structure, and your standard SQL queries, they just aren't built for it. So we're going to break down the powerful and, frankly, super cool tools SQL has specifically for mastering these hidden dimensions.
Right? The world isn't flat, and neither is your data. It's full of these complex relationships. So what do you do when your data looks less like a simple spreadsheet and more like a family tree? When a standard join just won't cut it? Well, that's where things get interesting.
And this image here, it just nails the point. You've got your classic org chart showing who reports to whom. You've got product categories on a website where electronics breaks down into phones and laptops. Even your computer's file system is just a big hierarchy. All of this tree-like data is living inside our databases, and we need a special language to talk to it. So how do we actually do it? Let's get into the core tools. Think of this as learning how to walk the tree, how to start at the top and move from a parent down to its children, and then their children, all the way down the line. And really it all boils down to these two key pieces. First, you've got start with. This is your starting point. It's you telling the query, hey, begin your journey right here, at this specific row. Then you have connect by, which is the set of directions. It tells the query exactly how to find the next step, how a parent is linked to a child.
Now, inside that connect by clause, the prior operator is where the real magic happens. It's the engine that actually builds those connections. When you say prior employee ID equals manager ID, you're telling the database, for the row I'm currently on, find me all the other rows whose manager ID is the same as this row's employee ID. That little word, prior, is what lets you look back at the parent and find all its children. It's how you walk from one level to the next.
Okay, enough theory. Let's make this real. We're going to use a classic employee org chart. Our mission is simple: find every single person who reports up to the employee with ID 100, a guy named King.
And here is the query itself. It's actually pretty clean, isn't it? We say start with our top dog, employee 100. Then the connect by clause takes over, using prior to link each manager's ID to their employees. It'll just keep following that chain until it hits the end of the line. So let's run this and see what we get.
And boom, there's our result. The query started with King, just like we told it to. Then it found his direct report, Cambrawl, because his manager ID is 100. Then from Cambrawl, it branched out and found his reports: Bates, Bloom, and Fox. Just like that, we've walked down a whole branch of the org chart.
Okay, that's awesome. We can walk the tree. But a lot of the time, just getting the list of names isn't enough. We need more context, right? We need to know where these people are in the hierarchy. How deep are they? Are they at the very bottom? Let's add that context.
And the first tool for that is the level pseudocolumn. Now, pseudocolumn just means it's not a real column that exists in your table. It's a special value that the query calculates for us on the fly. The root you start with is always at level 1. Its direct children are at level 2. Their children are at level 3, and you get the idea.
And this diagram just makes it crystal clear. You see the root node at the top? That's level 1. The nodes right below it, level 2. Go down one more, and you're at level 3. It's a super simple but incredibly powerful way to visualize the structure of your results.
And the best part? Using it couldn't be easier. You literally just add the word level into your select statement just like you would with any other column. The rest of the query stays exactly the same, but the output is about to get a whole lot more meaningful.
And check it out. King is at level 1, the top. His direct reports, Crombrault and Dahan, are both at level 2. And their reports, like Bates and Hunold, are down at level 3. Instantly, we have this clear picture of the organizational depth right in our results. So now we know how deep each node is, but what about the ends of the branches? You know, the leaves of the tree. How do we find the employees who don't manage anyone? For that, SQL gives us another one of these handy pseudocolumns: connect by iLeaf.
So let's toss that into our query. We'll grab the employee's name, their level, and now this new isLeaf value. And notice I also added a where level less than 3 clause. This is a really common trick, by the way, using level to stop the query from going too deep, which keeps your results clean and fast.
Now, when we look at these results, we can see exactly who's a manager and who isn't. Abel, Ande, and Doran all have an isLeaf value of 1. That means they're at the end of a branch. No one reports to them. But Cambrel and Erezarez, they've got a 0, which tells us they're a branch, not a leaf. They have people reporting to them.
All right, we've covered the fundamentals of walking the tree and getting context. Now let's level up and look at some more advanced tools. We'll check out a powerful shortcut, and then we're going to tackle one of the most frustrating problems you'll hit when you're dealing with messy, real-world hierarchical data.
First up is the connect by root operator. And trust me, this one is a total game changer. It lets any row in your result set instantly reach up to the very top of its own tree and grab a value. So no matter how many layers deep an employee is, you can instantly find out who their ultimate top-level manager is for that particular branch.
Now, to show this off, we're going to do something a little different. See how there's no start with clause? That's on purpose. By leaving it out, we're telling SQL, don't just start at one place. I want you to build a tree starting from every single row. Then, for each person in each of those possible paths, we'll use connect by root to show us who the tippy-top manager of that specific path was.
And look at this. It's showing us every possible reporting chain. So for Geets, we see a path where Higgins is the root, we see another path where King is the root, and another where Kochar is the root. The manager column, thanks to connect by root, is always showing us the starting point of that specific chain. It's an incredible way to flatten out and analyze all the reporting structures at once. Okay, it's time to talk about the real world, where data is never perfect. What happens if you get a cycle in your data? You know, your table says person A reports to person B, but then another row says person B reports back to person A. Your query is going to try to walk that path and get stuck in a loop forever.
And when that happens, your query will just die. It'll throw this very specific, very frustrating error. This is the database screaming, "Help! I'm stuck in a loop and I can't get out."
But don't worry, there is a beautifully simple fix. All you have to do is add one little keyword to your query: no cycle. That's it. You just put no cycle in the connect by clause, and you're telling the database, look, if you find a loop, don't crash. Just stop going down that path and move on. It's so elegant.
But wait, it gets even better. Not only can you prevent the error, you can find the bad data. When you use no cycle, you can also select another pseudocolumn called connect by iCycle. It will flag the exact row that caused the loop with a 1. So now you don't just get your query to work, you get a report telling you exactly what data you need to go fix. So let's wrap this all up. At the core, you use start with and connect by prior to walk the tree. You can add context to your results with level to see the depth and connect by iLeaf to find the endpoints. You can use the powerful connect by root operator to always reference the top of a branch. And, most importantly, you can handle messy real-world data loops using NoCycle and connect by iCycle. So now you have this whole new set of tools in your SQL arsenal. And believe me, these hierarchies are hiding everywhere. The question I want to leave you with is, what new stories, what new insights can you uncover in your own data now that you know how to explore its hidden dimensions?